Hi, it's Jaja, and today we're going to continue to learn my favorite problem-solving strategy, drawing a picture or a diagram. In last lesson, we learned how to draw a picture to help us solve a math problem. We used simple objects like sticks to help us represent real-life objects. For example, we use this picture to help us represent that Daniel has 8 pencils and Michaela has 3 more pencils than Daniel. Today, we're going to look at another problem. Todd read 25 more books than May did last year. They read a total of 87 books. How many books did Todd read last year? Now, this problem doesn't tell us how many books Todd read or how many books May read. So we don't know how many sticks to draw for Todd or May. What do we do now? We can draw one box to represent the number of books May read. We can draw another box to represent the number of books Todd read. And since Todd read 25 more books than May, we can draw Todd's box a little bit bigger. Then we can split Todd's box into two. One part having the same number of books as May's box, the other part having 25 books. In the last video, we drew sticks, but since we're dealing with such a big number, like 25, drawing that many sticks will take a long time. So instead, we can just write 25 in this box. Now, in the other part of the problem, it says that Todd and May read 87 books altogether. To show this, we can draw a bracket and write 87 to show the sum of these two boxes. Now, what about the empty boxes? How do we know how many books are in each of these boxes? To find the sum of the two empty boxes, we can subtract 25 from 87, which is 62. And since the two empty boxes are the same size, then that means each box is half of 62, which is 31. So we can write 31 in each of the empty boxes. Now, the question asks us how many books Todd read last year. So let's go to Todd's box. 31 plus 25 equals to 56. So Todd read 56 books last year. Whew, that was a long problem, but the good news is we're done. And we learned that drawing boxes like these can be very useful for representing known and unknown numbers. In this lesson, we learned that we don't need to draw sticks or dots. We can use a box or other simple figures like bars, circles, or line segments to represent objects. If we know the number of objects, we can write the number on the box. But if we don't know the number of objects, we can leave the box empty. Make sure you label all the boxes and show all the relationships among the boxes. In our next video, we're going to show you more examples of drawing pictures and diagrams to help us solve math problems. Thanks for watching.